Welcome back into Rounding Third Baseball, episode 252, current races around the MLB. I'm Nick, and we have Harrison as always. How are we doing tonight, Harrison?
Fantastic. Nick, how we doing?
Doing pretty good, a little hectic on my side, but always time to talk some baseball. So looking forward to this one. We're kind of be all over the map here, but yep, in for the ride. Let's go.
Yeah, think of this as therapy, Nick. This will be your therapy.
1,000% love it. All right, before we get going, make sure you follow and like us on Facebook. You can subscribe on YouTube. You can also follow on Instagram, Rumble, and TikTok. You can also listen on Spotify and Apple Podcasts or wherever you get your podcasts. We also have our affiliate sponsors, Dick's Sporting Goods, MLB Shop, and Lids. You can find these sponsors on the tops of all of our socials. So if you just go on our social media pages, you will find these links, and you do shopping with these companies, we get a nice little kickback with no additional cost to you. We also have our Rounding Third merch. So if you search Rounding Third Baseball on Etsy, we have sweatshirts, t-shirts, tumblers, a whole bunch of stuff on there. Just another great way to support the podcast and look good in some Rounding Third merch. And finally, we are starting to build a community on Patreon. This is a great way to get exclusive access to us. We're going to do some watch parties in there. And it's just a great way to support us and to keep the content flowing for us. Any support's greatly appreciated. And we're looking to build a nice, good private community where people can talk baseball whenever they want. So join us on Patreon. You can join for free, or you can join as a paid subscriber, which comes with many other perks. So check us out on Patreon. All right, Harrison, here we go. Let's dive in. We'll start right off with the injury bug, right off the top. Nathan Eovaldi most likely done for the year with a rotator cuff strain. Does this, quote unquote, officially eliminate the Rangers?
I mean, the Rangers have been kind of like teetering on the brink of what you consider to be eliminated.
Although they put up a 20 spot last night.
I know it. I don't know what to make of this team. I mean, they're keep hovering between 4 and 5 games back in the wild card. You're down to what are we at 30 some odd games left in the season. Like it's just harder and harder to close that gap. So I think the Rangers were already on the outside looking in with a very low chance of making the playoffs. I think this is kind of the nail in the coffin that just makes it official. Eovaldi's been he might be the best pitcher in baseball the last 60 to 90 days. He's been absolutely unhittable. But without him, I think it's pretty safe to say the Rangers won't have the juice to close that gap.
No, Captain, they weren't. I mean, technically, yes. I mean, they've been, like Harrison said, teetering around 4 to 5 games back of the wild card. I mean, they've been there, just haven't seemed to have been able to get over the hump. They, win 5 in a row, they lose 6 in a row. They win 6 in a row, they lose 5 in a row. Like they just can't find any consistency.
They close the gap and get to within 2 games and then fall back to 6 games back. And they just can't consistently maintain. They're just kind of bouncing around. But they're one of those teams though that's dangerous, and they could rip off 5, 6, 7 wins in a row, and all of a sudden they're a game back, and you're like, oh no, here come the Rangers. With Eovaldi, I think this kind of makes it official that they're out.
Yeah, I mean, we have said for years about this guy, like Sean, when he was on, would love to talk about this dude. And to quote Sean, he'd be like, he's an absolute bulldog. And he's right. He goes on the mound, he gives max effort, and it's a tough break. It's a tough loss. I think I'm with you. If they had any shot, it's gone now with Eovaldi on the shelf.
Yep.
So
yeah, it's
tough break.
It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate for him. It's yet another kind of injury in his career. It's unfortunate for the Rangers because really any real chance they had at trying to make a run here late is probably over. And honestly, it's a shame for the fans because this Rangers team could have been a playoff team. They had all the pieces. They just, between injuries and inconsistent play and some down years from key guys, They weren't able to put it together, and this is kind of a frustrating end to what's been a disappointing season.
Yeah, I mean, like Chad said back there, the inconsistencies killed the Rangers this year, and like you said, the key guys, their offense can get crazy hot. We saw it last night, 20 runs up on the board. I mean, those guys can mash in Texas.
Yep.
They can straight up mash, and they have some decent pitching. Had decent pitching until this guy's on the shelf now. So,
Yeah, I mean, you
just
had
just a
you had
tough
the
one.
two-headed monster of Evaldi and DeGrom, and that's really all that's kept them in this season.
Yeah,
When I mean, there were stretches of time where this was one of the worst offenses in baseball.
yeah,
They were just wretched, and
yeah.
it makes no sense. So you've got Evan Carter, who's officially done for the season, Evaldi, who's officially done for the season. Corey Seager might be done for the season. He's getting his appendix out. It's more of the same from the Rangers. They just can't keep the guys in the field.
No, absolutely not. Oh, Contreras. So Contreras receives a 6-game suspension. Marmol and Contreras both ejected after an argued third strike call. I thought the pitch was right down the middle at the knees. I didn't see anything egregious about the pitch that he was kind of squawking about. And I don't know exactly what was said or what, but he was walking back to the dugout and then it kind of just exploded from there.
It was a wild one.
This
was a wild one. It was a terrible call. I mean, just
you think it was terrible? It lit up on the K zone.
No. I think it was a terrible call in the sense that it was absolutely in the zone.
Yeah.
And just the complete and utter meltdown was ridiculous. And I think that Contreras has, as a catcher as a catcher in his blood, I think he still feels like he sees the strike zone differently. Marmol, I would think, was backing up his guy. It wasn't a terrible call in the sense I think the umpire got the call right. I think it was a terrible call on Contreras' part to think that he had that right and melt down like he did. I mean, that escalated so fast.
Yeah.
On what didn't seem like it was that egregious.
No.
We've seen far. I mean, was it a borderline call? Maybe. I mean, it looked close enough to me where you should be swinging to protect the plate if it's anywhere in that zone. I don't understand why the explosion.
Yeah, and nothing's on the line. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, like there's nothing on the line for the Cardinals. It was just a weird ejection. Weird thing to get fired up about.
And the point I was going to make, and Captain just made it in the chat, is I don't think this is about that call. I think this is just how the season has gone for these guys.
Yeah, it's fair.
I think these guys, they're coming down to late August. They're just falling further and further out. They were hanging around for a while. The pitching's awful. The situation's not good. They're not winning games. The fans aren't showing up anymore, which is I think Busch Stadium just recorded its first night without 20,000 tickets sold. It's bad. It's bad all over St. Louis. I don't think it was the right time to get ejected or blow up like that, but I think that's more about this is where these guys are at. The frustration has reached a boiling point.
Yeah, and that's fair. And baseball is an emotional game, and it comes out. You can definitely see it. It was just an odd ejection to me, and I've rewatched it 4 or 5 times trying to figure out like why. Was it a call previously in the game that went against the Cardinals that was in the same spot that he got rung up for? That could have happened, and maybe that was just Contreras being like, dude, like be consistent. I don't know, because I wasn't watching that game. Like you said, just like the city of St. Louis isn't watching them. I'm not either. So I don't know. But I think the ejection comes, or the 6-game suspension comes, is like he threw the bat. And I think he hit one of his coaches. So it's like
he chucked it. I mean, it was
it
wasn't good.
No. So I think when it gets that excessive, the league has to be like, all right, like this is more than just just an ejection, buddy. Like you're going to take a seat and cool off for a few games.
Yeah, and Contreras himself has had an okay season. He's been one of the few guys who's been generally good for the Cardinals.
Yeah.
And as that roster continues to thin out of experience, he's becoming one of the elder statesmen of that team too. It's just not a good look to
Yeah.
go down like that. And I do think there's a lot of frustration around the team. I do think that it's a lot about, Contreras is a competitive guy. All those things are true, but it was still a really, really terrible, terrible moment for him.
Yeah.
And
So here, yeah, Shane says all Contreras said was give our pitchers that call too. Then someone in the dugout said something, and the umpire thought it came from him, and that's when he went crazy. And
that explains why, because he went nuclear fast, and it was could not figure out why.
Yeah, so that explains it definitely. But like I said, like I couldn't quite understand it. I tried to watch it and pick it up, but I mean, it was just like bang on a dime, and he just lost his shit.
Yeah, and he's not
So that makes sense.
really the kind of guy who goes nuts like that.
No.
And for him to have to escalate as fast as he did, thank you, Shane, for the background on what the details were of that, because I wasn't watching that game. I just caught the highlights and was just kind of surprised at what I saw, because what seemed like a not a big deal turned into a really big deal fast.
Yeah. Kyle Schwarber went deep 4 times today. It's the 20th MLB player to do so. Crazy. All right. Speaking of home runs, Trevor Story, his 200th career home run. Sorry for the dad joke here, but is the story of the Red Sox season dependent on Story's success?
I wouldn't say dependent on it, but if you look at it, it's followed his performance. Yes. When he's played well, the Red Sox have done well. When he hasn't, they haven't. And I want to say there's a stat the other day, when he gets a hit, the team is they win like 65% of their games. When he doesn't, they lose more than half. He makes an impact. For whatever reason, it seems like when he's going, he's in the middle of things, whether it's a stolen base or a hit. He just seems to be always in the middle of big things late in games. And it does seem like the Red Sox success follows his performance for some reason.
Yeah. Mike Reed, I do not hate this prediction at all. I don't. Comeback player of the year. I think he could be a candidate for sure. Yeah, it is kind of weird that, the Red Sox success has kind of followed him, but it doesn't necessarily surprise me either, because Story has been a leader since he's been in Boston, when he's been on the field. Even I've heard stories, even when he's off the field, he's still a leader, right? He's coming back from that separated shoulder in Anaheim. That was absolutely disgusting.
Oh, that was terrible.
People on the team were still raving about how much work he was putting in to try to get back as fast as he could. And he came back from that faster than a lot of guys could from a shoulder injury like that.
Yep.
So I think the team naturally follows him. He's a leader. He's an MLB veteran. He knows what it takes. So I mean, it doesn't surprise me. I'm with you. Are the Red Sox dependent on his success? No, but it sure does help a whole freaking lot when Trevor Story is rolling, because when he's rolling, he hits the ball hard and far. And he plays pretty solid defense too when he's right.
He does. I mean, is he a good defensive shortstop? No, but he makes some plays that, and again, like, it seems like he has a knack for making the big play in the big moment. Mm-hmm. He makes big plays for you in the field. Is he a great defensive shortstop day to day? No, he's okay. His bat is still dangerous. He still can run. And the sad part is, this is the guy you were hoping you were going to get when you signed him, and you've only seen glimpses of this because, sadly, he's missed so much time with injury that you really haven't seen the real Trevor Story. And I do think because of his skill set, there's a reason that the Red Sox do well when he plays well, because he does a lot of things for you.
Yeah.
When he's going, he does a lot of things for you. And I do think, Captain, you're 100% right. I think he's a great, I would say, kind of mentor and resource for the young guys. He's also a stable veteran presence who's done this before and doesn't seem to be bothered by things. And I think that rubs off on guys when he's totally calm in a big moment. There's a lot of reasons to like what he does for this team. It's a shame you haven't seen more of it.
Yeah. So how are we feeling about them right now? Do you still? I said last week I think they're peaking a little too soon. I don't. I love how they're playing. I don't love how they're playing when they're playing. I feel like it's like I mean it's always great when your team plays well. I'm not complaining about that, but I'm afraid there's a downside coming here at some point. I mean, the schedule doesn't get easier for them. I think down the stretch, they got the Yankees a couple more times, I think. So like, or do they? I don't know if they have the Yankees again.
I do believe they have the Yankees at least one more
One
time.
more time. Yeah, that's right. Because they didn't play them till like June or something like that, right?
Yeah, it was a weird
They played
schedule
them
this year.
late.
They backloaded all their games against the Yankees, but
Yeah.
I mean, the Red Sox right now are the top wild card team. They've got a 2.5 game cushion. They've got a game over the Yankees, and that I think the Red Sox are going to end up as a wild card team, probably the top wild card team. I think the standings will finish largely the way they look right now, which means they're probably going to draw Houston in the first round. I don't love that matchup in the first round. The two teams have kind of slugged it back and forth and come out about even. So, but I think the Red Sox are a playoff team. I think they have a chance to maybe win a first round series, but I don't see them going any further than that because, again, that bullpen night in, night out just scares the hell out of you. And they still blow too many games. They still give up too many leads. I just don't trust that they've got enough to get much farther than maybe a first round.
Yeah. Yanks for 3, Jays for 3, Tigers for 3. So, yeah, there it is. I did finally tune into a Blue Jays game last night. The first one I've watched in quite a while.
Yeah.
And they got something cooking up there. You can feel it. I mean, they big hit to take the lead, and I think the bottom of the 8th, and then they win it in the 9th. It's I don't know. They're only 3.5 back away from the Jays. Could the Red Sox make it a run at the division? I mean, I think it depends on how obviously they do against the Yanks and Jays here coming up, but could the Red Sox possibly make a run at this division?
They absolutely can. I mean, at this point, this is the Blue Jays division to win.
Or lose.
Yeah. I mean, I guess both are true. They're in the driver's seat. They got a 3.5 game lead with 30 some odd games to play. That's a pretty good size swing in that size of a sample. So at this point, if they can just continue to play good baseball, they should be able to coast to the win. The Red Sox continue to be up and down. They've won 4 in a row after they dropped a bunch. Like it's very much a roller coaster ride with the Red Sox.
Yeah.
But the Red Sox do have, I want to say it's the 15th. Their strength of schedule is 15th, so right in the middle of the pack for the rest of the year. So they've gotten through the worst of it, and they came out of it okay. They played a little bit better than 500 ball against the hardest part of their schedule. So that you'll take, and that's what we said. If they can play 500 baseball against the top of the league, and then win the games they're supposed to win against the bottom of the league, they'll be okay. Yeah. And they are doing that because the Red Sox right now are 36-36 against teams over 500. So they're doing exactly that. They're 500 against the good teams, and they're beating up on the bad teams.
Yeah. Yeah, Cap, and I agree. There's definitely some energy in Toronto. He's caught a couple of the games. There is something brewing up there. Again, I'm still kind of waiting for them to fall out. I mean, it just seems like that's what the Blue Jays have done. That's their track record. I mean, so we'll see. I mean, there's as much as we say there's not much of the season left, there still is a lot of baseball. And notoriously, I hate that I'm saying this, but the Red Sox worst month in their history is September. For whatever reason, the Red Sox sometimes have some epic slides in September. So that one worries me a little bit. They have, a little bit of a tough schedule going down the home stretch there, but I have faith. I think I'm with you. I think they make the playoffs. I don't think they quite have enough to get to the top of the division. I would love if they did. I just don't think they quite get there. But
yeah, I mean, it is so much of a, I think, a crapshoot in some cases here down the stretch, because I think you got teams that aren't playing for anything, that are, you're not sure what you're going to get out of them. You've got teams that are kind of on the periphery hanging on, that are going to try to give it their best shot. You got teams that are starting to think about, do I start resting guys as we get down the stretch? Like, September is always a weird month, because you've got that mixed bag of where teams are at. Teams that are out to big leads are going to start resting guys. Teams that are terrible are going to mail it in. But the Red Sox historically don't play great in September. Neither does Toronto, for that matter. I mean, Toronto doesn't have a great track record down the stretch either. But I do think this will be an interesting bat. I think you've got and we're going to talk about it in a little while. I think you've got a lot of races right now that are tight enough to keep watching.
Yeah.
Certainly some that are tight enough where it could go either way. I'm in the same boat as you. I've been waiting for the last month for the Blue Jays to fall apart.
Yep.
And they've had some stretches where they haven't been good, but then they've bounced right back. Yep. So I don't know if this team's going to fall apart, and I'm starting to think that they won't. Which, if they don't fall apart, I think the Red Sox are going to have to just settle for a wild card.
Yeah, Toronto's starting pitching has come around, and they're all dealing. All of them. So, I mean...
Everyone.
Yeah.
Everyone. And then you got Bieber, who is trying to mix in, and
he had a...
And that could be a hell of a wild card down this stretch.
Yeah, I think he goes tonight or their next game. I think he's the next one to start for them. Yes. So I don't know if they play tonight or tomorrow, but yeah. His first outing was pretty good. So
it was. And Chad, I totally agree. Like, it feels different with this Jays team this year than it has in the past. Like, there's a look of confidence. They're not playing bad baseball and shooting themselves in the foot. Like, it just seems like this team is much more settled than they have been in a while.
Yep, absolutely. All right. Another 200 career home run milestone out of Matt Chapman out of San Francisco.
A lot of milestones in the last few weeks.
Yeah, absolutely. But 200 career home runs for Chapman, I almost forget about his time in Oakland there.
I know.
Because that's what we do. We bring up players in Oakland, we ship them somewhere else for a little bit. But yeah, he hit 199 on Tuesday night, hit 200 last night. So yeah, good for Matt Chapman. Love that.
Yeah, I've always liked Matt Chapman. He's always been a guy that, classy guy, plays the game right, plays hard. Unfortunately, has had his own bouts of injuries and missed time, but just maybe one of the best defensive third basemen you'll see.
Yeah.
And a guy that just hits line drives in the gaps a lot.
Yeah. I mean, being in that ballpark the last couple of years doesn't help, but power wise. But like you said, definitely one of the premier, if not the premier third baseman of this era. I mean, I know you got Nolan Arenado and his 10 gold gloves, but Matt Chapman's not far behind him. So
no, and I think there's been times that Chapman has gotten overlooked because because of where he was, Toronto and Oakland before this.
Yeah.
I think he's easily up there as a premier defender.
Yep.
And honestly, a guy that has even, here's a guy who, is hitting 234 with 18 and 48 on a team that's going nowhere. He's still almost a 4-WAR player in a down year. He does a lot. He does a lot for you.
He does, for sure.
And that Giants team is just a mess.
Yeah. All right. Justin Verlander speeds past the big train in Ks. He's now 9th all time in strikeouts. So crazy.
He just keeps putting up numbers.
He does. And does a couple things. Does Verlander come back next year?
Yes.
Okay. And where do you put Justin Verlander in the best pitchers of all time? Does he crack a top 10? Does he crack a top 20? I mean, the career this guy has compiled and the dominance that he has got. We've got 4 no-hitters under our belt. We're at, 3,500 and some odd Ks. Where does Justin Verlander end on this list after his career is over?
I mean, it's hard. I think you have to look at Verlander in 2 lenses. I think one, he's probably one of the 3 or 4 best pitchers of his generation, of this era. I think he's right up there at the very top of that list.
You think he's number one? Because I do.
He's in the at least in the top 2 or 3. I mean, when you look at just this last like 25-year stretch, he's got to be at least in the top 3 of that stretch. All time gets a little hard because then you start to mix in the guys like Walter Johnson and Nolan Ryan and Cy Young, who pitched in way different times. So I think he falls he's probably top 15. Maybe it's a top 15 guy at that point, but certainly one of the best few we've seen in the last 25 years.
Yeah, for me, he's number one in the past 25 years. Like his whole career is in this span. I'm not talking about the guys that trickled out from the 90s like Johnson, Martinez. I'm not talking about those guys. For me, they're in a different era. Verlander's number one, and I don't think it's close for me. From 2000 till today, I think it's him. I can't think of anybody I would put over him. I mean, Scherzer's not far behind him.
Yeah,
but
Scherzer's a click behind him. You've got, I think, Kershaw is a click behind him.
Yeah.
I think those guys are probably 1, 2, and 3, and you can put them in whatever order you want. I won't get upset about how you order them, but Verlander's in that group of, the best few we've seen in this era, and a guy who is a sure bet first ballot Hall of Famer. Of course, probably won't be unanimous because nobody's unanimous. But you can't argue with what he's accomplished.
No, absolutely amazing. So,
and a guy that teams they'd see him coming and just be like, oh God, please not Verlander.
Yeah,
like you just knew you weren't getting hits that night.
Nope. Yeah, and he's the guy we have argued that has changed hitting because, like, hey, we're not going to get 5 hits off Justin Verlander this inning. Let's just try to drop and drive and get a run off him the cheap way. Like we all just have to try to square him up once and hope for a 1-0 victory because we aren't stringing 4 hits off him in an inning.
Yeah, and I think he's a guy that most hitters would just sit back and just hope for a mistake because you knew his combination, his repertoire. You weren't going to hit. You weren't going to hit any sequence of what he threw. So you'd probably pick one pitch, sit on it, and then just hope he threw in down the pipe because he used to make some of the best hitters look absolutely foolish.
Crazy.
Especially that big curveball.
Oh, yeah. Chad thinks 7 to 12 range. I mean, I could definitely make an argument for him there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think he could solidify a top 10 spot. I'm with you there. I could make an argument for I think that range-ish.
Yeah. I mean, I want to say top 10. I defaulted to top 15 because I think he might just fall out of that. But I mean, either way, you're talking about a guy who is in that upper echelon of pitchers all time.
Yeah. Captain, this one is such a hard one because talent-wise, DeGrom might be number one. Like he really might be. But he just doesn't have the longevity numbers like Verlander does.
Nope.
I mean, Verlander has been there. He has done that. He's compiled the stats. If DeGrom was healthy, we're talking about DeGrom's the best pitcher of this generation. He still might be. Like I said, talent-wise, he still might be the best. But when you look at the overall career, the longevity of Verlander's dominance, I think DeGrom's falls down the list just because he doesn't have the compilation of numbers.
Well, he doesn't. I mean, honestly, like you pull up his baseball reference for DeGrom, and it's kind of sad when you see the stats, what he's actually produced.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, dominance-wise, there really isn't any better. But this is a guy who's he's 37 years old, 12 years in the league, and he doesn't even have 100 wins. 94 wins. A 2.55 career ERA.
Which is crazy.
Which is insane.
Yeah.
His strikeouts per 9 is 10.8, one of the highest of all time. And yet he's got 94 wins.
How many games started?
243.
In 12 years?
In 12 years. So
it's what, about 12 starts a year? Is that what it kind of boils down to? Ish?
It's 20 starts a year.
Okay. I always say that I don't math. That's probably why. But
well, and the hard part is that he's had 4 seasons of 30 plus starts, and everything else has been like
Not that.
teens. Like it's teens and single digits.
Yeah. Yeah,
Um,
there's always the but with DeGrom. But we're with you, Mike.
yeah, I mean,
1,000%. Yeah.
he averages 2/3 of a season over 12 years. So really,
Yeah.
12 years is only 8.
Yeah.
It's so sad to look at his baseball reference and be like, that's it.
Yeah. DeGrom
His
is the
strike,
what if captain of
yeah,
as the captain. Yeah.
his strikeout to walk ratio of 5.36 is the best all time.
Yeah.
He strikes out a bunch of guys and walks very few.
Yep.
He's got the best strikeout to walk ratio all time.
Crazy.
It's
Where
dumb.
was Verlander on Geezer's list? I want to say low 40s, high 30s, somewhere in there.
Yes,
Or was
think
he
so.
in the 50s? I'd have to go back and look, Captain. I can't remember.
Yeah, so like I pulled up the ESPN list and he was 72 all time.
And maybe he was in between the 150 range for Verlander then. That's where Geezer had him.
Yeah, but granted that's all
I
players. It's
remember.
not just pitchers, but
Right. Yeah. I don't know. Either way, it's been a pleasure to watch this guy pitch. And
it's been incredible. And he's one of those guys, we talked about it a few weeks ago. Like he's one of those guys like you and I have been able to follow his whole career because he's our age.
right.
Like we've followed him
Yeah.
all the way
Yeah.
through.
Yeah, it's been awesome. All right. Speaking of dominance pitching, unfortunately, his consecutive games of 6 innings pitched with 2 runs or less ended. But what?
Because he only went 5 2/3. Like
Yeah,
that's
right.
awful.
And
It wasn't
still
like
got the win.
it wasn't like he went 2 1/3 and got blown up. Like he went 5 2/3 in a game
And
that he still won.
gave up 3, I think. But
Yeah.
still, what an absolute run for this kid.
Oh yeah.
I mean, and
Yeah.
filthy stuff. And
Oh,
works
yeah.
quick. Works quick. I love that. Just gets the ball, throws it. He's nasty. But I am John Temple and Captain have me in on this Mariners team. I am watching them every night. I watch the Red Sox and then I flip it right over to the Mariners. I've found them very fun to watch lately. They got something cooking there too. How do you feel about them in the playoffs here?
I think they're a team that, I mean, my honest opinion is they're probably going to make a first round exit because they're going to draw like the Tigers and get smoked.
Tigers haven't been playing that great lately, though.
No, but I think you put that team in a 5 or 7 game series, it's going to be hard to beat them. I say that, but I think you're going to have. I got the Blue Jays and Tigers are sitting there at the top. And actually, it's the way this is shaping up, actually, you're going to end up, if the season ended today, it would be Red Sox, Yankees, Astros, Mariners, which seems crazy that's how that would shake out. You'd have the 2 teams at the top of the West and the 2 teams at the top of the East, or in the East, playing against each other.
Yeah.
And I don't like the Mariners' chances against the Astros. So I think the Astros are in the same spot as the Red Sox. I think they could pull off a first round win. They won't go farther than that. I still don't think they've got the juice. I think they're a good team, but at the same time, if that pitching is on, they'll beat anybody.
Yeah, I agree.
That to me is the Mariners are kind of a dark horse in this whole thing because I don't think they have the juice to go and take down a Detroit or take down even the Blue Jays necessarily. I think those are going to be teams that they struggle with. But if any team could get hot, the Mariners, their pitching staff could shut them down.
Yep. Yeah, and
could shut anybody down.
Yep, and their offense is thumping. If they are all hitting, that Gino is coming around again. He's hitting home runs in bunches.
Yeah,
Naylor's
the
been
problem is Gino will be hot for 2 more weeks and he'll disappear right as you go into the playoffs.
Yeah, that's tough.
His cycle is brutal.
Yeah. Yeah. Is he going to be the modern day Dave Steve, ultra consistent, nothing over the top, and a leader in the Hall of Very Good? I think Woo. I don't know. I think Woo's got another gear. He's still young. He has another click in there. I think he could be really dominant.
He's still developing. I mean, I think I said it a little while back. I mean, you asked about Brian Wu getting Cy Young consideration and is he getting enough attention? And I said, not yet, but his day is coming. Like he will be the ace of that staff at some point down the road, I bet.
Yeah.
It's just not now.
Yeah.
But he would be number 2 on a lot of teams, a number 1 on a lot of teams, just not this team. But his day is coming.
Yep. Yeah, Castillo's been a little bit rough and inconsistent lately, and yeah, those two are the key. I agree.
Yeah, that pitching staff has actually been more inconsistent this year than we're used to. But if they all lock in for a month, there's no team that'll beat them.
Yeah.
But you need them all to lock in. And Castillo's been a little all over the place. Gilbert's been a little bit all over the place. I mean, their bullpen even lately has been a little rocky, which it hadn't been for a bit. So
Yep.
the Mariners are not a team that's going to get into a slugfest series and win. That is not their game. They need the pitching staff to perform.
Yep.
And if that pitching staff is on, good luck.
Yeah.
Good luck to whoever's playing them.
Yep.
It's going to be frustrating as hell.
Yep. John Temple says Wu's going to Las Vegas A's. Mariners won't be able to afford him. All right. You heard it here. Heard it here first, folks.
Yeah.
He's under the radar pitcher and best under the radar pitcher in Seattle since Moyer. It could be.
He is. I mean, this is the guy that, Nick asked the question a little while back, like, why is he not getting more attention? Why is he not in the Cy Young consideration? It's because he's just not there yet, but he's coming. His day is near.
Yeah. Yeah, he's just going to get better. Scary. But.
Yeah, and that's the crazy part is that he's only going to get better.
I just know if the Red Sox and the Mariners end up facing each other in the playoffs, this podcast might get a little hostile in here, but it would be a lot of fun, that's for sure.
I would absolutely enjoy that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So
the LVAs, I like it.
LVAs,
Easy reference.
Yep. All right, Kyle Bradish for the Orioles comes back, 10 Ks in his first start back from Tommy John. So maybe a little bit of good news out of Baltimore finally? Question mark?
Yeah, it's yeah. They need some good news. I mean, we saw him pitch live when we went, and he absolutely made the Pirates look foolish. The guy, I mean, he was a big part of their plan, and when he went down with Tommy John, that kind of screwed everything up. And then Brandon Hyde did an interview not that long ago, last couple of weeks, where they talked about like behind the scenes of what went wrong, and a lot of what he referenced was the guys we thought we were going to have, we didn't.
Yeah,
like we went into this season all excited, and then just guys started dropping.
Yeah,
I mean, important guys like Bradish weren't there.
Yep,
like the plan got screwed up.
Grayson Rodriguez, you're hoping that he can get off whatever injury train he's been on for his career. Like it was lining up for the Orioles for everyone to be healthy, everybody to be ready. The young guys were up and ready to go. They had 2 rough first round exits in the playoffs, and you're like, all right, here we go. The next step is here. Let's do it. And no, I mean, it happens though, right? Look at the Diamondbacks. Yep. You have a really good team out there, and they're all hurt by June, and you can just forget about it.
Everybody goes down. Yeah.
Yeah, it happens. But it will be interesting to see what the Orioles do in this offseason, though, after getting their absolute butts kicked all year. Like, do they break it down? Do they trade Rushman? Do they try to bring in a free agent? What do they do? It's going to be interesting to see which way the Orioles decide to go with this. They have a lot of young talent there.
Yeah, and there's already been a lot of discussion about Adley Rushman, and the belief around the league is that he is going in the offseason. That they're going to move on from him, go all in with Basallo, and start over fresh.
Teams would be lining up to make a deal for him.
I mean, I think so. I mean, even as his offensive output has declined, he's still one of the best catchers in baseball overall.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Question in the chat from Mike is Rogers a free agent for the O's? No. He is not. Rogers is actually arbitration eligible next year. He's only got 4 years of service time.
Dang.
So he's under control for 2 more years, assuming they want to pay him.
Wow. Well, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, because he's been stupid good.
Yep. All right, Harrison. We got 2 league races we're going to talk about. We have an MVP race that we sort of talked about on Sunday that we're going to bring up again.
Oh,
and we have a Cy Young race that we're going to talk about. So here's the first one. Who wins the MVP?
We're just going to go with the big one right out of the gate, huh?
Yep. The judge or the dumper?
So I guess the question is, who do I think should win, or who do I think will win?
Yes.
Because they're different answers.
Okay.
I think Cal Raleigh should win. I think Aaron Judge will win. I think Aaron Judge is the easy vote. His numbers are stupid good, like off the charts, ridiculous. He's in New York. He's won it before. I think you can just rubber stamp a vote for Aaron Judge. I think Cal Raleigh has been the more valuable player. He's been more important to his team. He's having a season for the ages as a catcher. But he's hitting under 250. And that's going to turn some people off. And, we had the comment in the chat last week. I can't remember who it was. It might have been Musicum or somebody made the comment that he's a glorified Joey Gallo. And statistically, he looks like Joey Gallo. A lot of home runs, a lot of strikeouts, low batting average. Yeah, you're right. He does look like that, but he's a catcher. He's doing that out of a premium defensive position and offering premium defense with one of the best pitching staffs in baseball. And, oh, by the way, hitting 50 bombs.
Yeah.
To me, that is like off the charts valuable. So I think he should win, but I think Aaron Judge ends up winning.
Okay, that's fair. I think I'm with you on that. I think Cal Raleigh should win. But I'm also going with he does win because of everything you just said, because of the defense. Judge has DH'd the last half of the year. He hasn't been on the field. Cal Raleigh brings more to the game every night at this moment, I want to clarify, at this moment, than Aaron Judge does. Okay. So we have never seen this many home runs out of the catcher's position. He has hit 20 home runs from both sides of the plate this year. 20 home runs from both sides of the plate. Unheard of.
Crazy.
Right? I don't think anyone's ever done that. He's the first one to ever do that. There's a lot of firsts for Cal Raleigh in this year, and it's way too much of a historical season for people to overlook that. Right? Yep. I know the batting average isn't there. I get it. I really do. We have never seen an offensive season like this in a little bit since Judge's 62. B, we've never seen it out of the catching position. So, like, for me, This is a slam dunk for me. I said it on Sunday. I get the whole point that you said with New York, the media, it's Aaron Judge. It's been Aaron Judge for years. It should be him again. It's not this year for me, and I feel like it's clear cut, or it should be clear cut. That's just my opinion on it, and you can't really move me off it unless Judge ends the season with 26 bombs in 26 games. I might switch my vote.
That'd be a hell of a finish.
Which he could do.
Which he totally could do.
I am not trying to slight Aaron Judge in the way for the Yankees fans out there. He's an animal. But what Cal Raleigh is doing this year is unheard of. It's unprecedented. We've never seen it before. It has to go to him. It has to. I don't care. Batting average doesn't matter in today's games anymore. Like, heck, they don't even look at batting average, really. It's all OBP. What's your OBP look like? Right?
Right.
I mean, I know the batting average is low. I get it. But we've never seen this type of season out of this position ever.
But the hard part is that Aaron Judge is crushing Cal Raleigh in OBP.
In OBP, for sure.
Like, batting average, he's crushing him. OBP, he's crushing him. He's not that far behind him in terms of RBIs. He's got the 41 home runs. The batting average gap is wild.
Yeah, it's huge.
The OBP gap is wild. And the other part of it too that I think it hurts Cal Raleigh a little bit is that he DHs 25% of the time. He's played almost as many games at DH as Aaron Judge has.
Yeah, but Aaron Judge has jacked that total up since the All-Star break. Like
he's only played 40 games at DH.
Judge has?
Judge he's played 123 games, 81 in the outfield, 40 at DH.
Right, but I'm saying the 40 at DH have been the last 40.
Yeah, they've all been recent, yes.
Yeah.
But Cal's played 31 games at DH. So it's not like he's not DHing also.
Right.
But it's everything about the assessment of value tells me this is Cal Raleigh's award. But people are going to read the stat line for Aaron Judge and go, no, it's got to be him.
Yeah,
that's where fair. I don't. This is the debate, and I talked about it on Thursday. This is the debate of most valuable player or most outstanding player.
Mm-hmm.
Aaron Judge is the most outstanding player. Cal Raleigh, in so many categories, falls short. But Cal Raleigh is the most valuable player because his team would be a train wreck without him, where Aaron Judge's team would probably still make the playoffs without him.
Yep.
Because there is talent around him.
Yep.
And this is where every single year this becomes more of like a most outstanding player award. In which case, just change the name of it. Like right. if we're not going to pick the guy who's the most valuable to his team, then let's just call it the most outstanding player award and give it to the best player.
Yeah. Yeah, here it is. Cal Raleigh's MVP. He's got more stolen bases than Aaron Judge. That's hilarious. Love it.
That's pretty good. Yeah, I think Judge has got a total of 8 and Raleigh's got 14. But
yeah. Chad says being the DH for an extended period is why Judge won't win. If he didn't get hurt and stayed in the field, it's a different conversation. Plus, what Cal is doing is historical from a catcher position. Yeah, I agree.
Yep. And I hope when they go to vote for this award, they take that into consideration. I don't feel like the voters for this have that much depth to go beyond just the stat line. And that's what to me, it's more of a disappointing realization that Judge probably still wins it because there's no metric on the planet that tells me that he's more valuable. Is he a better player? Yes. Is he more valuable to his team? Absolutely not.
No. Could we have co-MVPs for the first time ever? Well, not first time ever, but first time in a long time.
God, I hope not. I feel like that's like the ultimate cop out of like, we're not going to pick one. We're just going to give it to both of them.
It's a 26 inning game with both starters going 26 and ending in a 1-1 tie, if you will.
Yeah, it's what is a tie is like kissing your sister.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I hope it doesn't get to that. I want there to be a winner. I want it to be the right winner. I fear that they're not going to get, at least in my opinion, I feel like they're not going to get this one right.
Yeah. Well,
because in so many ways, Cal Raleigh doesn't look like an MVP. In so many ways, Aaron Judge doesn't look like an MVP. But Aaron Judge is really easy to vote for.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. All right. Next race, Harrison. Tarek Skubal and Garrett Crochet.
This one, I was looking at this one the other day because Skubal was just shoving again. I'm like, God, this guy is just unstoppable. And he went. This was the game. Was it Minnesota? A couple weeks back, I was watching, and he was just shoving into Minnesota. Then he came out and shoved against Houston in a big way, and then looked terrible. I shouldn't say he didn't look. The team looked terrible in a loss to the Athletics.
Yeah, but again,
just kicked the ball around.
They kicked the ball around, and he gives up the huge grand slam to Langoliers. But in a minor league ballpark, we said no one can pitch in that ballpark. I don't care how good you are, you can't pitch in that ballpark.
Well, and the funny thing is, his final line in that game was 6 runs, 1 earned, 12 Ks.
Yeah,
and follow me here for a minute. He gave up 2 home runs, but only gave up 1 earned run.
Right. So you're like, the error happened with 2 outs.
That's right. Why. So it's like, geez, that error was really just that bad. But I mean, he's gone out and just shoved he shoved against Philly. Then it was the Angels, then it was the Twins, then it was Houston. Then he got screwed by his defense against the Athletics, although he still pitched great. The guy just beats everybody. He just shuts everybody down. Yeah. And I don't see a world in which he doesn't walk away with the Cy Young. It's just his numbers and his performance have been that good.
Yeah. Crochet is a stud. We can't bet against Scooble. Kind of with you there, Captain. If Crochet can get the Triple Crown, he'll take it. I mean, possibly.
I think if you get the Triple Crown, it's kind of hard to argue that you don't deserve the Cy Young Award. Like, that would be crazy. I mean, I know we've seen situations where guys have won a Triple Crown and not.
Ted Williams.
I mean, yeah. But what he lost to is absurd. But I think in your traditional metrics, Garrett Crochet is having as good, if not a better year. 14-5, 2.38 ERA, same number of starts, almost the same number of innings, a boatload of Ks. He's having an incredibly good season. And, he's got a chance to win probably 18 games this year. If the Red Sox could just get him a lead and hold it, he'd probably already be at 17 wins and trying for 20. Crochet is going to have to be absolutely lights out down the stretch and get to 18-5, 18-6, and keep that ERA low and keep piling up Ks to have any shot. Because although Scooble doesn't have the record, the numbers are absurd.
Yeah. Mike, I get what you're saying to a degree here. Like, I get the 2-out error, but the run for the homer should count. Like, I sort of agree, sort of don't, right? Because, like, technically he should be out of that inning, so he shouldn't even have to throw that pitch to give up the home run.
Right.
But he did. So, like, I understand what you're saying. That's kind of one of those baseball oddities that are strange. Like, he could go out and give up 20 runs after that 2-out error, and none of them are earned. And it's like, well, dude, those were your fault, but technically they're not.
Well, it's like, it also assumes that just because that batter moves to the next inning, he's still not going to go yard.
Yeah, right.
Like, he might still hit, so the inning ends, he leads off the next inning and still hits the home run. It is one of those baseball oddities where it's like, yes, the inning should have been over. You should have been facing that guy anyways. Therefore, the run doesn't count. But if I throw a ball and he hits out of the yard, I should always get charged for that run.
Yeah.
Always should get charged for that run.
Mm-hmm.
And it just looks silly to give up 2 home runs and be charged for 1 earned run.
Yeah.
Like, it makes no sense.
Yeah, it's crazy. But yeah. But
I think that there's an argument to be made for Crochet. I think, again, people are going to fall in love with the lines for Scooble, which it's hard not to. I mean, the guy it's absurd. I mean, he's leading the league in WAR, ERA, strikeouts, WHIP. His WHIPs are ridiculous. Walks per 9, Ks per 9, strikeouts to walks. Like, he's leading the league in, like, all those categories.
Yeah. Yeah.
And one shutout.
I think we could have some very tight award races here in the AL. I think the AL MVP could come down to, I mean, we're split on it. Me and you were split on it. I think the writers could be split on it. I think they could be split on this one too.
I think the writers are all stupid and they're going to screw it up.
Well, and that's fair, but, like, what's your version of screw it up though? Like, I mean, both isn't wrong necessarily.
No,
do we think Cal Raleigh should win? Yeah, we should. Like, but Aaron Judge also isn't a wrong necessarily, like, an egregiously wrong vote. You know what I'm saying? Like,
if Cal Raleigh's sitting at 40 home runs, Aaron Judge wins in a landslide.
Right.
I mean, what Cal Raleigh's doing at the plate is just absurd.
Yeah.
But Aaron Judge's stat line is like jump off the page. Wow.
Right. Like, that's what I'm saying. I think we could be split. I think we could be split here because people are gonna see Cal Raleigh season what he's doing, and then Aaron Judge and what he's doing. Like, I think it could be split. I think this one could be split too. I think Crochet and Scooble could definitely be split. Both teams are making the postseason. Both are absolutely dealing for their teams. I mean, we might be going into this and seeing what they each do at their last start of the season before they make their decision. Like, that's how tight this race is to me.
Yeah. What gets it for me and what makes me give Scooble the nod is he's got a whip of 0.873.
Yeah, that's gross. That's not right.
And that, to me, that's the best measure of a pitcher's dominance. If guys aren't getting on base, if you're not getting close to a batter an inning on base, that means that there's no opportunities to score against you. because without guys on base, unless you're going to give up a whole bunch of home runs, which is possible, but if guys aren't getting on base, teams aren't going to score on you. Garrett Crochet's at a 1.064, significantly higher whip.
Significantly.
Well, I mean, 25% higher.
Yeah, but still, it's just funny.
Still a good number,
right?
But like, it just shows the level of Skubal's dominance that guys can't even get on base against him.
Yeah,
less than a runner per inning is unheard of.
Yeah.
It's just it's unheard of for a starting pitcher to have a whip that low.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, yeah, I don't know if it's my Red Sox bias coming in a little bit here, but I think it is Skubal that wins, and maybe it's not as close as I'm making it out to be. But I mean, both are having ridiculous seasons.
Well, it's the thing. You're picking who do you want the guy who's got your more traditional stats, which is Crochet, or do you want the guy that is just utterly dominant but doesn't necessarily have the traditional stats? Like he's not going to have the wins. He's not like he's because he's just not getting that level of run support. The one thing Crochet has going for him, although he's lost some games, he's lost some games and had some no decisions in games that absolutely blew my mind. You know, Crochet generally gets pretty good run support. Skubal does not. Skubal gets diddly and has to work with it.
Yeah, it's fair.
And that's where, again, like, what do you? It's, you know, if you're going to measure on wins, then Crochet wins. But wins are not a pitcher centric metric. It's a team metric.
Right.
So then you got to default to, what does the pitcher control? Well, he controls whip. He controls, you know, quality starts. He controls strikeouts. That's all they can control. And that's where Skubal wins.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I think I'm with you. I think this is Skubal's award at this moment. But both have been ridiculously fun to watch lately.
Oh my God. Like these guys are both must-see TV, and they're both going to get first place votes.
Oh yeah.
It's just going to be a matter of who actually gets the most.
Yep. I agree.
Because I think it's going to be a hell of a tight race. Yep. And September could tell a lot too.
Yep.
If one of these guys goes out there and doesn't have a great September, then it'll make this really easy.
Yeah. All right, we're going to flip over to division races, but however, we're going to just stay in both West divisions here. So we got who wins the AL West, the Astros or the Mariners? And they are separated by 1 game.
Yeah,
nope, 2 games now. Sorry. 2 games back.
Yeah, it just slid out to 2, but it's been down to 1. They've been tied. It's been out to like 5 or 6. Like it's all over the place. And I'm still of the opinion it's the Astros until somebody takes it. So I'm going to stay with the Astros. I think that they've done this so many times. Yordan Alvarez is just coming back. Like that team's going to get better here down the stretch. So I'm going to hang with the Astros being able to hang on because it's what they do. But the Mariners aren't going to fade away or anything. They're going to stay right on their heels.
Yeah, I'm with you. I mean, it's so hard to pick them, but like you said, it's them until it's not. I mean, I think it is the Astros. Mariners are definitely in the playoffs, but I would love to see them leapfrog for the division. I just don't. And John, you hit the nail on the head. Heart says Seattle, head Houston, and I hate my head for it. That's exactly what I was trying to spit out. Thank you for being more efficient. And Rick, this is a good point. Both are streaky teams. I think Houston, but they won't go far in the playoffs. All right. Yeah, for us, it's just Houston is always there. They're always a juggernaut there. And Mike says whatever team has the tiebreaker. Okay, fair.
It could literally come down to that. I mean, but like here's a great example. Houston's played kind of uneven baseball the last 10 games. They're 5-5. Same stretch, Mariners are 4-6. Like an opportunity to pick up games, Mariners can't take it. It just seems like they're always doing the same thing. When one's hot, the other's hot. When one's cold, the other's cold. Like there's not a chance to get much separation there.
Yeah.
And Alvarez coming back and all that. I mean, I just feel like the Astros are just going to get better down the stretch. I would love to see the Mariners dethrone them. And I'm in the same boat as you and John, where it's like, I really want to do the Mariners, but nothing in my brain sees a world in which the Mariners overtake them, because why would you see that? Just it doesn't happen.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, it's going to be a tight one. John says they have 3 last week in Houston and end with the Dodgers. So Astros get in division last 12 games.
Well, that's a
Well,
good way to finish for the Houston Astros.
well, do you know what team could put a wrench in there that we called earlier in the season?
The Angels.
If they're playing the Angels, let's go LA, or Anaheim, or California, or
Anaheim of California, of Los Angeles,
whatever.
of Orange County.
Just do your job. Do your job.
Angels just go squeak some wins out, because we said it way back at the beginning of the year. You're right. This is the kind of team that's going to wreck somebody's season.
Yep.
And they might get a chance to.
Yep, that would be incredible.
Because that is a team in the Angels. They just keep. I mean, I know they've fallen into last place in the division, and they've had a really rough stretch lately, but they're still a dangerous team, and they still pull out wins in games that you just don't think they're going to win.
I mean, they owned the LA Dodgers this year. Smoked them.
6-0.
Not even close games either. Like, demolished them.
No, and you're like, where the hell's that been in all the other games?
Yeah, and Captain, this is a great point.
Yeah.
The A's can hit, man. That lineup is wow.
Nick Kurtz by himself might take him down.
Nick Kurtz's numbers are staggering.
Stupid. It's stupid what he's doing.
This game is, we say it all the time, this game is in such great shape. You got Roman Anthony in Boston. You got Nick Kurtz coming up. I mean, let's just that whole A's roster coming up. I mean, there's some young kids that are absolute studs already, and it's their rookie season.
And then you got the guys that are only a couple years ahead of them, like Ellie De La Cruz and Paul Skeens.
Yeah.
And all these guys that are like under 25 years old.
Crazy.
It's insanity.
Yeah. I worry. I mean, just in time for a lockout, but we are in for some great baseball for sure.
Yes. Just not in 2027.
No. All right. Let's flip over to the NL now, Harrison. The Padres or the Dodgers? Padres are, again, 2 games back and can't seem to beat the Dodgers.
No, this is I feel like this is exactly like the AL West. I want the Padres to win because I don't like the Dodgers, and I just love to see the Padres finally make that leap. But I don't see a world in which they do, because the Padres, for whatever reason, just can't seem to get it done. And the Dodgers are starting to get a little healthier, and I think they're going to improve down the stretch. And I just don't see a world in which the Padres can catch them. I think the Padres are going to hang around and be kind of on their heels, but I don't see a world in which the Padres catch them.
Yeah, I got nothing to add. Yeah,
I hate it.
Yep, I got nothing to add. I think you just nailed everything. I mean, Padres can't. They had a chance to take the lead in the NL West and be up by a couple games, and they couldn't do it.
Get it all back.
Yeah, so it's Padres are allergic to October.
I like that.
Oh my god, that's funny. Yeah, I mean, and I hate it. I hate that you're not wrong.
I know it. They can't get it done.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, my Dodgers over 120 win total ticket does not look like it will cash. We all had them there, man. I mean, on paper, this team was like, God, this is the best team, one of the best teams we have ever seen. But like I said on Sunday, it's baseball. You still got to go out and play the game.
Well, and I mean, you look at it and you lost. I mean, anybody seen Roki Sasaki lately? Because I haven't. Anybody seen most of that starting rotation? Because I haven't. That bullpen's been a disaster. Michael Conforto, disaster. Teoscar Hernandez, down year. Mookie Betts, down year. They've had so many problems with health and underperformance that team on paper, that was one of the best teams we've ever seen assembled.
Mm-hmm.
When they actually hit the field, as we said, that's always the wild card here. You got to go out and get it done. They couldn't get it done. Like this, the sad part isn't all this. The Dodgers are still going to have one of the best records in baseball, but that's going to be a huge disappointment to where we all thought they'd be.
which is nuts. They finished first in their division, in a division that we probably said was the toughest going into the year, and we're disappointed. That's
Yeah, it's almost
crazy.
shocking.
Right.
But I mean, this is a team. This is a team that at a 575 winning percentage, that's only 93 wins.
Yeah.
So let's say they end up at 95 wins. That's a huge disappointment. They're actually worse than last year. Record wise, statistically, they're going to be worse than last year in a lot of categories. And they had a better, more expensive team.
Yeah.
And going into the playoffs, the Dodgers are not a team that I think a lot of teams fear seeing.
No.
I don't think teams are afraid of them.
No, you can beat the Dodgers in a quick set. And
Yep.
the one thing the Padres do have going for them was that Mason Miller pickup at the deadline. That bullpen is filthy.
Yep.
If the Padres do get a lead by the 6th, it's over. Those 3 guys in the back half are lights out. Forget it. Suarez, Miller, and Estrada, you're not hitting them consistently. You might get them one game, but that's it. They're lights out.
Yeah. Well, and really for the Padres, the disappointment's been the starting rotation's not been nearly as good as you hoped. And the offense has been wildly inconsistent.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you lost Darvish for a big chunk of the year, and he's been hit or miss since he got back. Cease has been. I watched him the other night just throw ball after ball after ball out of the zone, like he could not buy a strike.
Yep.
And it was frustrating to watch.
Jackson Merrill injury has been big for their lineup.
Yep.
So
I don't know. I mean, the Padres have had their own issues that have held them back, but the Dodgers are just riddled with them.
Yep. So I don't know. I think again, like just what you said right off the top, I think it's like the Astros. It's their division until it's not. And
yep.
Even with all that talent being hurt all year, they're still sitting in first place because that's what it does. That's what, when you load your team with talent and you have a few guys go down, and they've had more than a few go down, they're still able to put a good product out on the field to win games. Yes. That's what deep pockets do to you. So
yeah,
for you, I should say.
You can buy depth, and we said that about the Red Sox. Like the biggest weakness of this Red Sox team was depth. And when they had a couple guys go down in May, we saw it. Like they struggled. They could not get stuff. They could not get it together.
Yeah. Yeah. And Chad, honestly, you're right. Wins in the regular season don't matter. I mean, it matters to get into the playoffs, but then everyone starts 0-0. And Dodgers can just take it from there. If you're healthy going into October, all bets are off, right? I mean, it's a brand new season. So, you're right.
Yep. And this is interesting. I mean, I feel I'm a little torn by this comment because I would totally watch Brady Bunch reruns, but I do think that the Padres in the World Series is one of MLB's worst nightmares. They're one of the smallest media markets in the country. And that would be like Red Sox fans watching the Yankees in the World Series. Unless you want to hate watch it, you're going to shut that whole market out. The Padres in the World Series would not be a big ratings booster for MLB.
Yeah.
I mean, they got the ideal matchup last year, Dodgers Yankees.
They did.
2 biggest media markets in the country battling it out, and the ratings were crazy good.
2 MVPs going at it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's crazy.
And the whole world hate watching it because they couldn't help.
Yep. All right. Those were really the only 4 races that I thought were tight enough to really talk about. Do you have any that I've missed?
No, I mean, I think we talked a little bit about the AL East. I think there's still a race there between the Blue Jays and the Red Sox. I still think the Blue Jays are in a good spot, but that's certainly not over. I can't figure out what to make of Phillies and Mets. The Phillies go up by like 8 games. Now it's down to 4. They've absolutely fallen apart this past week. I guess except for tonight.
Yeah, they just put up 19.
And we said it on the last show, like the NL East is like, it's becoming one of those, who's going to survive the longest, because both of those teams just seem to be falling apart.
Yep.
And can't string it together.
When we thought it was going to be a 3-team slugfest.
Yeah. And the Braves basically died before the All-Star break. And the Mets were absolutely circling the drain. for a little while. They've gotten a little bit of life back, but they, that's a team that's got its own set of problems. And the Phillies just lost Wheeler, and they've had their own set of problems and inconsistency. And now it's more about who can survive to get to the finish line.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, it's going to be a fun month coming up for sure. But yeah, Rick, we were asking this question too.
It's a fair question.
Yeah, I mean, and we're kind of in the same boat. I mean, we follow the Red Sox, so we know a little bit more about the Blue Jays. We see them a lot, but we're just waiting for them to fall off like they have the last 4 or 5 years. Ever since Vladdy Jr.'s pretty much gotten there, and Bo Bichette.
Yep.
But I've also been on the other side of the coin at the beginning of the season, being like, there has to be some year that these guys all figure it out. That they're too good to not figure it out. This core is too good for them, and their starting rotation was too good to not figure it out. It has to click at some point, and I think we're looking at them starting to click. Like I said, I watched them the other night. There is something going on with that team, whether it's Springer leading the way. When that dude's healthy and right, he is a force to be reckoned with. Dalton Varsho tracks down everything in the outfield. I don't even think you need a left fielder or a right fielder. That dude gets to everything. They're good. They're really freaking good. But I'm still waiting for them to kind of skid here. And if they can get themselves out of that skid before it's too late. I don't know.
That's been their MO for years. They just, every time they showed signs of life, they would then just fall apart. And for whatever reason this year, they've chosen not to fall apart yet. Still time.
Yeah. Yeah, Chad, the rookie of the year race, it was Kurtz. It's funny because Wilson was named the All-Star starter. Thought he was locked for rookie of the year. Injuries hurt him a lot. Now, if we have a fully healthy Jacob Wilson and he's still on pace for breaking Ichiro's single season hit record, because what did he have? 104 before the All-Star break or something like that?
It was stupid. I mean, he was on pace to finish just behind Ichiro.
Crazy. Now, if we're talking about a healthy Jacob Wilson, what Nick Kurtz is doing, we said earlier in the show, is absolutely ridiculous. Mind-numbing numbers. But it's a closer race for sure. But yeah, it's Nick Kurtz right now, and I don't think it's even close.
No, I think the American League is done.
Yeah.
I think as good as Jacob Wilson has been, he has faded. Nick Kurtz is absolutely just insane what he's doing. The National League race is kind of similar in the fact that Drake Baldwin was kind of leading the charge there for a while, and now Cade Horton's come on really strong of late, and is making a case to take over for Baldwin because Mizorowski's fallen off a cliff. Yeah. Which is a bad look for MLB, making him an all-star after 4 innings. And he's had a pretty miserable second half.
Yeah. Still filthy, though. I'd still take him.
But. Oh, yeah, stuff is gross, but it's not holding up as well as we hoped. His ERA is now over 4, and he's getting tagged pretty good.
Yeah. Like we say all the time, once these guys have a book on you, you have to make an adjustment or you're toast. It's a constant chess. You have to always adjust on the fly, and if you don't, you get crushed. So
and Captain, this is a good point too. Kansas City finally looks like they've gotten it figured out. They've played really good baseball the last few weeks. They're back up over 500 and climbing. They've closed some of the gap with the Tigers. Are they going to catch Detroit? No, there's no shot. And they're probably just far enough out of the wild card that they won't realistically make a run there unless one of those 3 teams really falls apart in September. But it's nice to see them finally.
Yankees.
Right? Yeah. Yankee, please. Just let the Yankees fall apart. But it's nice to see Kansas City finally get a good stretch of baseball. If nothing else, maybe it builds some momentum going into the offseason to come back next year. But this team was supposed to be so much better than they've performed.
Yeah, they're 3 out of the last wild card spot. Like you said, I think
it's a gap that's just big enough that you can't overcome it without somebody helping you. You need somebody to start to backpedal.
Yeah, 4.5 from 5.5 to get to the top wild card spot to leapfrog all three wild card teams. That's a substantial gap. 3 just
Yeah.
to get in, but
Yeah, and you're at a point now where the number of games, that 2 or 3 games over 30 some odd becomes a pretty big swing.
yeah. It's a good question right here, Rick. Going back to Cy Young Awards, do you think we will ever see a closer snag the award? Was Mo the last one? Did Mo win a Cy Young? I think Gagne did when he was on that 84 consecutive.
Yeah, Gagne won it in that stupid season. He won it in 2003. Did Mariano? When did Rivera?
I'm not gonna
Check our years.
I'm not gonna trust AI because it does say Eric Gagne when I pop it up, but I'm not sure if Mo did.
Mo didn't. He finished runner up a couple of times, but he does not have a Cy.
Yeah, Eric Gagne 2003, I think, is the last reliever to win it.
Yep. And that was a season that was just absurd. Like what he did was unbelievable.
Yeah.
I mean, will we see it again? I don't know. Maybe we certainly could. You've got some closers in the game right now that are certainly nasty.
I mean, you have to go back quite a ways here. Let's see. We got, like I said, we got Gagne in 2003. We've got, where did it go? We got Steve Bedrosian in 87. We've got.
Oh, yeah. I was going back to like the 60s or 70s for the next one.
Raleigh Fingers is in 81. You got Bruce Sutter in 79. Sparky Lyle in 77. So, I mean, do they win the award? Yeah, but those guys probably also made 120 appearances. Yeah. I mean, like the Mike Marshall one in the 70s. Like, I don't even think he won a Cy Young, but he probably should have. Because he pitched like an insane amount of innings and had great numbers.
Yeah, I remember looking at that season. That was wild.
Yeah. Oh, Mike Marshall, 74. He did win for the Dodgers.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So, yeah. So, yeah, I mean, it is, but let's be honest, it's a starting pitching award. So that's what
it is. For all intents and purposes, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Mike Marshall, he appeared in 106 games.
Yeah, it's wild.
That season,
and the innings pitched is pretty ridiculous too, I think.
208.
Yeah.
He had a starter's workload out of the bullpen.
Yep. Crazy.
I mean, it's mind-boggling what that guy did. But I mean, I do think you've got a crop of closers in the league now, in the game now, that certainly could. It's really hard for a reliever to get that award. Like you have to do something insane.
We were talking about the gambler, last year, in Class A. We were talking about him. I think he finished third, I want to say, because he only blew one save, I think. And I think he finished third. But I mean, he was in the conversation for a long time, and then Scooble's like, "Yeah, I don't think so, buddy."
Well, and that's the thing. I mean, it's for a closer or reliever to win it, you have to do something really, really crazy.
You have to be flawless.
Yeah,
all year long.
Yeah, and Class A was that.
Yeah,
and still didn't win.
Right.
So it's challenging. Can it be done? Yes. Will we see it again? Absolutely. But I don't know when, because you've got some starters right now that are, Skeen, Scooble, Crochet, and this young crop, Chase Burns, Mizorowski guys, these guys coming up that are that are not going to make it easy for a closer to win that award.
Yeah, absolutely not. I'm with you. So, all right. It is time.
Hang on. One more point on the. So, Chad, I totally agree. Closers aren't as valued as they used to be. And I'm one of those guys. I view the closer role as one of the most overrated positions in baseball. And it's not because I don't think the guys are good or capable, but they come in and do a very, very specific thing only in certain situations. A guy like Mike Marshall came out whether they're winning or losing. He came in to to messy innings, clean innings, blowouts, runaways, tight games, high leverage situations, low leverage situations. He came out in everything. Mason Miller only comes out in the ninth if they've got a lead and he's coming into a clean inning and he's got to get 3 outs. And half the time he's facing the bottom half of the order, half the time he's facing the top half of the order. So to me, it's just, I don't think the closer role is what it used to be. It is so specialized and so specific and so driven by situation. Gone are the days of the guys coming out to get 4 and 5 out saves. They don't do it anymore. No. Mariano Rivera would come in the 8th, pitch the 9th, and get the save. Like, he'd get 5 outs. He'd get 6 outs because that's what the team needed. They just don't do that anymore.
Yeah, I agree.
It's so specialized.
Yeah. All right, here we go. We got MLB trivia for you, Harrison. It is silhouette trivia, so it does give you a little bit of a hint here. So here we go. Can you name the missing player from the top 4 batting average leaders in 1996? Alex Rodriguez, 358. Frank Thomas, 349. Blank at 344. Paul Molitor at 341.
Wow, in 96, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Is the purple and black a hint? Is this Rockies colors?
Yes, sir.
Because the stance has me like I was thinking it was going to be like a Galarraga or Bichette, but that's not either one of those guys.
No, it is not.
It's too upright.
Not Larry Walker. That's a good guess. Not Biggio. Remember, my colors in the background are always a hint. This guy did spend time in Boston as well.
Oh, it's Ellis Burks.
It is for certain Ellis Burks.
The upright stance, I'm like, I know I've seen that, but I can't place it.
Yep. It is Ellis for Burks. Sure Ellis Burks. Vinny Castilla, also a good guess. Yeah, for Rick and John. Good guess, Vinny. No,
Vinny's a good guess.
It is Ellis Burks. Mr. Clams, welcome.
Hey, Mr. Clams is back.
There he is. Yes, Burks. For sure. Love it. All right. Here is the next one. Can you name the player that is missing from the top 3 list of most stolen bases in 2010? Juan Pierre was 68 with Chicago. Blank 52 from the Astros. And third, Rajay Davis at 50 with the Athletics.
With the Astros? That's not at all where I was going or was heading with this, but that's okay.
Mr. Clamps, boom, nailed it.
Yeah.
Love it.
He shows back up and nails the first trivia question.
Yeah. That's all he's got to say. Just comes in, names the trivia question. He's like, all right, I'm out. Yeah. Outfielder here. Cesar Cedeno. We did have a nice special about him a couple weeks ago, but really, it's not Cesar Cedeno.
Really killed that one.
Terrible.
That is terrible. I know. 2010. That's outside of Coco's sweet spot. The letters don't match up for it to be like an Ellsbury.
He is a 2-time All-Star. He is a 2-time Gold Glover. He is a Wilson overall Defensive Player of the Year. Played center field, batted left, threw right-handed. Spent time in Philly first in 2006, went to Houston, then Atlanta right after that, and then Cleveland, Atlanta, Arizona, and Baltimore to end it.
It's Bourne.
It is Michael Bourne. It is.
When you said the teams, I'm like, oh, yeah, Indians. Yep, I remember.
VR is a good guess.
That is a good guess.
Yeah. Michael Bourne for sure. All right. Here's the next one. Who's missing from this top 3 list of most home runs in the year 1990? Cecil Fielder, 51. Blank with 40. Mark McGuire with 39.
Is that Jose?
It's not Jose.
That stance isn't Jose. A little crouched over. Mr. Clams is killing it.
Yeah, 2 for 2.
40 in 1990. So Pendleton was the MVP in 91.
Mm-hmm.
But not a home run hitter.
This guy you might not think as a home run hitter either, but he had a ridiculous summer. It's not Jose Canseco.
The blue is this. Oh, Rhino.
It is absolutely Ryan Sandberg. Yeah, 40 home runs in 1990.
Yeah,
crazy.
He did have a crazy season.
Yeah. So
yeah, and you're right. He's not really a big time power guy.
No, absolutely not. Yeah, Ryan Sandberg, pretty crazy.
Wow.
All right,
that's a good season.
Yep. Here is the next one. Who is missing from the top 4 list in RBI in the year 1985? Don Mattingly, 145. Dave Parker, 125. Eddie Murray, 124. And this 4th place guy at 114.
I absolutely know that silhouette.
You got this one?
But I'm going to give chat a minute.
Oh, yeah. 1,000%.
You can't miss the leg kick and the hand dip. Like that was his signature.
Yeah, this one's, I think, kind of a layup for sure.
Yeah, that silhouette, I can't mistake.
No.
It's actually funny. I was watching a clip of a fight he got into that Reggie Jackson started with Terry after he got brushed back. They hit the bomb and they fought as soon as he touched home plate. And he was right in the middle of it.
Yeah. Yeah, it is absolutely Dave Winfield for sure. Yep. And there it is. Dave Winfield.
I don't know how he got into a good hitting position from there.
Yeah.
Like everything is so like out of whack, but he still got back.
Yeah. So before I go on to the next one, funny story. I put the pictures that I make the silhouettes of on the answer slide because I can't tell you how many times these videos get posted to our Facebook page and people are like, that's not his silhouette. I go, yeah, it is. I literally take the picture and black it out. Like I mean, it's literally his silhouette. And
it's a real picture of him, promise.
They're like, no, it's not. And I'm just like, okay, whatever. Moving on. But it's just like it's crazy what we see on that side. But man.
Yeah.
All right, here's the next one. Who is missing from this top 4 list of striking out the most batters in the year 2000? Randy Johnson, 347. Pedro Martinez, 284. Blank with 217. And Kevin Brown with 216.
I feel like we've talked about this guy on the show a lot lately.
We really have.
He's gotten a lot of coverage. I mean, another silhouette that I can't can't not remember because it always looks like he's sitting in a chair.
Yeah.
Like he would dip so low into his back leg to drive forward that it looked like he was sitting down.
Yeah, not Apier, not Nomo.
That's because people are stupid.
Yeah,
you're not wrong, Mr. Clams.
I wish you saw some of the comments we got on Facebook, Mr. Clams. It's wild. But yeah, it's not Nomo. You're on the right track, but it's not Nomo. Our guest a couple weeks ago actually had hit him pretty well. So
and he was who was that guy not that long ago for his kung fu fighting.
That's right.
With Tim Belcher of the Angels.
Yep.
And Fernando Tatis, and he go way back.
Way back. Yes, it is a Chan-Ho Park for sure.
Yeah, here come all the answers.
Park. Yeah, there they come. Yeah, Chan-Ho Park.
Captain, he was just a question. I remember his name.
Yeah.
He's gotten more airtime on this show in the last month than probably ever before.
Yeah. All right, this might be the hardest one I got because I have never heard of this guy's name before, but had to kind of throw it in there.
Okay.
So here we go. Who is missing from the top 4 list of lowest ERA for pitchers that qualified for the ERA title in 1989? Brett Saberhagen, 216, blank with 228, Oral Hershiser at 231, Chuck Finley at 257.
So I'm running a bunch of names through my head, and none of them fit the spaces you've allotted. So I'm
Yeah.
Nick
So like
Arno.
I close. I mean, that's honestly not that far off of my silhouette when I pitched.
Yeah.
But I was a little bit rounder, let's be honest.
Well, and the neck brace from all the whiplash.
Facts. No, not Mike Hampton. It's way too early for Mike Hampton.
Looks like a righty, John.
It is a righty.
Boy, I mean, with that crowd, I can't find a name that fits the spacing.
Well, and that's what kind of shocked me about it. And I know that people on Facebook have been asking for tougher trivia questions. So this one's up there. I had never heard of this guy, but again, I was 5. You were what, 4? So I mean, like, it is what it is.
But still, I mean, imagine being in the company of Saberhagen, Hershiser, and Finley.
Yeah.
Like, that's a pretty good group.
And at 228. I mean, that's
a stupid good ERA. I mean,
yeah.
Saberhagen's 216 is just not right.
No. So this is, I'm just going to pull off the Band-Aid here.
Please.
This is Scott Geraltz.
Nope.
Yeah. Yeah. I never.
No idea who that is.
Again, right? San Francisco, out west.
Yeah, true. Who we never saw.
So we never saw anybody out west, but yeah, Scott Geraltz. So
I mean, I apologize, Scott, that I don't know more about you, but
yeah.
Although looking at your baseball reference, there's a reason I know nothing about you. 69 and 53 career record.
Yeah.
Played 10 seasons in San Francisco, and you were a reliever except for 2 seasons.
Yeah.
So
what's his 1989 line look like?
14 and 5 with a 2.28, pitched 193 innings.
Yeah, so he must have just qualified for the ERA title.
Yeah, probably struck out 119. He made 30. He made 29 starts, 30 appearances.
Okay. Yeah.
So led the league in WHIP, ERA, and win percentage.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I was 9 and live out west. Still never heard of him. Yeah. Dave Rigetti, and then Mr. Clans follows it up with, "For all I know, you just made that guy up."
He was totally AI generated.
Yeah, if he wasn't on TV 38 or Nesson, I didn't see him. That's fair. Yeah.
I mean, this is a guy who spent most of his career as a reliever, converted to a starter for a couple of years, then was out of baseball.
Yeah. So
I mean, not a guy you'd have any reason really to know.
Yeah. So, yeah. Yeah, parts of the 89 World Series losing Giants and the earthquake, all that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
That's crazy. All right, Harrison, this last one should be a layup for you, but here we go.
Oh boy.
Who is missing from the top 4 list of most home runs allowed in 2024? Blank with 34, Jose Barrios with 31, Griffin Canning with 31, Carlos Rodon with 31. And yes, you are absolutely correct.
Yeah, I saw that and I'm like, yep, I know that guy.
Yeah, that's why I said it'd be an absolute layup for you.
Yep.
And it's crazy because he actually had a pretty good season last year.
He did. I mean, he led. He was tied for the league in starts.
I think innings pitched at one point.
Yeah, I mean, for a little while there. I mean, his record wasn't great, but his numbers overall were. I mean, good. They weren't great, but
yeah, I think he was up there leading the league in innings pitched for a while. Like he was towards the top of the league in a lot of stuff.
He was tied for the league lead in games started. No, sorry, he had tied for the league in games started, and led the league in home runs. Led all of baseball.
Yes, Chad Edwards. It is absolutely indeed Cutter Crawford. Yeah, the best name, one of the best names for a pitcher for sure.
Such a great name.
Yeah, it's Cutter Crawford. Steven Matz, good guess. He's now on the Red Sox giving up bombs, but that's a good guess. Yeah. Cutter Crawford. But
I mean, Cutter Crawford's line last year, 9-16 with a 4.36 ERA, 183 innings pitched, 34 home runs allowed, 175 Ks, and a 1.12 WHIP.
Yeah, it was a really weird season for him, but like he had stretches where he was really, really good.
I mean, his first half was great. His second half was a total disaster.
Yeah, when they changed the pitching approach, everybody's was a
same
disaster.
Was true for I mean, Houck was the same. He was an all-star in the first half and then terrible in the second.
Yeah, so crazy.
Cutter was hanging Crawford.
Yeah. But all right. Before we turn the show over to you, I just want to remind you guys about our Patreon account. If you haven't joined already, please do. You just go on Patreon. We are trying to build a community off Facebook where it is just us. And we talk baseball, we hang out, we can do live watch parties on certain games. We'll be providing exclusive content. We eventually want to get all of our game shows over to Patreon. So you download the app, you look up Rounding Third Baseball. You can join for free. You can help support us by becoming a member. You can be a fan, a super fan, or a fanatic. And each level comes with its own perks. So check that out for us. Become part of that community. And we're going to be doing some special things with that throughout the season, the playoffs, the off season, all throughout. So join now. Do it, Johns. So we do have a couple of members already. So thank you for those that have joined. But we're looking to do some pretty special stuff over there for you guys because you guys have been a rock and a backbone for us. And we want to find a way to really give it back and contribute to you as well. So we appreciate the support you've given us. And we want to give you guys something in return. And this platform will allow us to do that.
Yeah, it's been pretty insane. I mean, we just broke 6 million views to the last 28 days. The comments that are coming in, the engagement that comes in, the chat during the live shows, like it's wild. It's wild what's happening, and also how much passion there is for baseball, and how much all of you fans just want a place to go where you can talk baseball and not just be spoken at and told what to think and given opinions. And it's been so much fun to watch it all come together, and looking forward to doing even more cool stuff and giving you guys more reasons to tune in and hang out and just have fun talking about the game that we all love.
Yeah, there's no other place. I haven't found it anyway that the fans of the show get a voice, and that's what we want. We want you guys to have a voice and be part of the show. Like, yeah, you're not on camera with us, but like it feels like you are. Right, you could be. But like
ask Michael Simpson about that.
Yeah. But it feels like you are. Like you guys feel like you are part of the show every time you come on. And I say it all the time. When Harrison was down for a month, like I was petrified to come on by myself. Petrified. But like I was in there for 5 minutes. You guys supported me and lit up the comments. And I was like, this is incredible. I mean, there were sometimes I was on for like 3 hours, Harrison.
I know. I was watching some of those shows going, holy cow.
Yeah. And it went by like that because
chat was blowing up.
Yeah, you guys supported us, and we just want to give back to you. Like we want to make this a community for all of us.
Yep.
So it's just a great platform to do so. Good outlet for my humor too. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, and Nick's mix.
And Nick's mix for sure. But yeah, so I know we say thank you to you guys every show, but I mean I can't say it enough, really.
Yeah, we greatly appreciate the following, the engagement, the fact you spend your time with us.
Yeah. That being said, the show is now yours in the chat. I'll have Harrison run down what he's got while you guys are coming up with anything you want to talk about. But do you have anything while they're drumming up some ideas?
I got a couple of quick things, and then I've got one that I think we should throw out there because I think it's going to get Chad all stirred up. So,
Oh, goodness.
let's see. Number one. So the Guardians are releasing Carlos Santana, which, we said with the, when they brought him back, and we weren't really sure how that was going to work. He was coming off a great season in Minnesota, but he's also 39. It really didn't work out in Cleveland like they hoped. So Santana is out. The reunion tour did not work out as they hoped. Second item, I'm not sure if you saw it because it just came out today, Nick, but Mark Teixeira is running for an open house seat in Texas. The current person sitting in that seat is not going to run for re-election. They're going to run for attorney general, I believe. So Mark Teixeira will be running as a Republican for an open house seat in Texas. So another athlete turned politician.
But I mean, Tex. I
know,
mean,
right?
Come on now. I mean,
well, and Mark Teixeira is a big Texas guy. Like this is a big deal for him.
Kind of figured. Let's be honest.
Yeah, let's
call it how it is.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so another athlete turned politician. All right. And now to get chat going, and actually, Captain, I'm going a different path tonight, not expansion. So you're going to like this. So the New York Times ran an article today, and the headline is, "As Savannah Bananas pursue 1 billion fans, are they real competition for MLB?" And in the article, they get into, follow me here. I saw your face, but follow me here. In the article, they get into Banana Ball, all the wild sellouts they've had, the draw to it, the entertainment factor, the fact that it's got aspects that are more of like theater than they are sport, and the fact that the casual baseball fan doesn't necessarily have the attention span for baseball anymore, but this gives them another option, and they're viewing this as an alternate to baseball. So for fans that like baseball but want something that's a little more exciting, for lack of a better term, do the Bananas come in and fill that hole, and do they take fans away from MLB as they spin up more teams? I knew I'd get you guys stirred up. So as Banana Ball takes off, there's gonna be 4 teams next year. They want to move that to 8, and then just continue to expand and bring Banana Ball kind of around the country. Is there a point in time where Banana Ball becomes an actual legitimate alternate to baseball that can compete on some level with MLB?
I'm going to say I don't know, but I'm going this way with it, Captain. When the Globetrotters started, they were probably the talk of the town. Everybody went to see them. It was the hype. Oh my God, these guys are so good. They're so talented. They're shooting 3/4 court shots. They're dunking over everybody. They're, on 12-foot hoops, all this stuff, right? It's all pomp and circumstance. But do you hear about the Globetrotters now? Like they're not the pull that they once were. I think you nailed it a couple weeks ago when you said, I might go take my kids once, and then that's it. And that's a maybe, right? I mean, I think this will have its time, just like Slam Ball did. Yeah, I mean, Slam Ball was freaking awesome. But beside the point, I think it will fizzle out once people see it, and they've seen it a couple times. You've seen it all, right? I don't know how much further they can take this without it being no baseball played and it just being like a circus, more than a circus that it is now, like, because that's what it is. And I get it, it's entertainment, but that's really all it is. It's entertainment sprinkled with a little bit of baseball. So like, is it making it exciting? I guess, but it's a completely different game. It's a completely different thing. Like, I went to the Glow baseball just to see what it was like, and it wasn't enough baseball for me. Was it kind of cool at first to see them like glow in the dark uniforms and a glow in the dark baseball? Like, yeah, it was pretty cool. But like after like you couldn't see what was happening on the field. Like you really couldn't. All the lights were out, just people running around. Like it wasn't for me. And I think essentially that's where banana ball goes. I think it does fizzle out. And I mean, they're charging astronomical prices for a 2-hour show, which I mean,
Well,
people pay.
the problem is they're not. The secondary markets are.
Well, right.
Because the
I
demand
get it.
is so freaking high. I mean,
Yeah.
the bananas don't sell a ticket for more than $60, but you go buy the same ticket online for, close to 1,000 in some cases, which
Yeah.
is insanity to me. It's bananas, you might say. But so what's interesting, and I think Jesse Cole is a visionary and an incredible entrepreneur with what he's done with this league.
Oh, I'm not taking anything away
But
from him. He's a genius.
but listen to this comment from him, because this actually got me really thinking. So this quote from him is, "This isn't the Globetrotters. We're building a sport. I have little leagues reaching out every day that they say they want to do banana ball leagues. They don't want to play regular baseball. Their kids want to play banana ball. They want to have a yellow banana ball, the first ball they pick up. It's different." And his whole stance is, we're not trying to be MLB. His other comment was, the banana should not be seen as rivals to MLB's 30 owners. He likens the bananas trajectory to that of UFC, mixed martial arts, which grew alongside boxing, the old, reliable, traditional sport. And he's viewing this as it's not competition to MLB. It's an alternate to MLB, just like UFC was an alternate to boxing, which in many cases was more of an older crowd. UFC brought the younger crowd in. He views banana ball as the alternate that's going to bring in the younger crowd from MLB. I think what he's doing is incredibly smart, and he's setting up banana ball to have a life beyond the Globetrotters, because the Globetrotters were a team. They would play your local firemen as much as they would go play the Boston Celtics. They're creating a league where it's going to be 4 teams, then 8, then 12, then 16. Who knows how many cities they end up putting banana ball teams in? But like, you're actually creating a league where this becomes a full-blown thing. And yeah, this is totally WWE, WWF.
Yep.
It's exactly that. But look at the insane popularity of the WWE. I mean, the money that sport makes for what it is insanity.
But I think he has to be careful, because if he expands and he tries to blow this thing up, MLB parks are going to shut him out. They're not going to allow him in.
Yeah, and he even said that we understand that we will not necessarily be able to, ride alongside MLB. And honestly, they like going and selling out the football stadiums because they can sell more tickets. They like the weirdness, and that's the one thing I think works for banana ball, is that they can work with weird, because that's exactly what banana ball is. And like, I've said it many times, I watched one banana ball game, I'm out, I'm done. I have no interest in watching banana ball ever again.
Mm-hmm.
The quality of the baseball is not good. The game itself it's irritating. All the stoppages for the stupid dances and all that other crap. I have no patience to watch a bunch of grown men dance and make a mockery of baseball. Mm-hmm. But the sad part is they're selling out 70,000 seat stadiums, and the Cardinals can't get 20,000 people to come to Busch Stadium. Now I get it. They're coming to town once, and the Cardinals are there 81 nights a year. And that's where you really see if banana ball has any juice, is when they start playing, 2 games a week, 3 games a week. What are you drawing then? When you show up in Boston for 2 games and then you're gone, and that's your whole slate for the season, yeah, people come out because the supply is 2 games. That's all you got. But when you've got a team in Boston that's playing twice a week, 3 times a week, what are the crowds then? How many people keep coming back?
Yeah, that's a great point. I don't think it can sustain a long season. Like you said, it kind of loses its novelty. Like, the bananas are coming to town July 27th and 28th, and then they're gone. I have to go see them before they leave.
Right. And
now,
I think
if they're there
that's the allure.
Yeah. Right. But if they're there for July through September, like, do I go? No, I don't.
Yeah, I mean, do you go once? Yeah. Do you go back again that week and the week after that, week after that? Probably not. Are people buying season tickets to Banana Ball? I don't know. And I think I think Jesse Cole is incredibly smart to position this as an alternate. This is not going to compete against baseball. This is not, we don't even call it baseball. It's Banana Ball. This is not like the other baseball league. This is not, what is it? OLB,
Yeah.
the other league of baseball. You're not trying to position yourself as competition to them. You're trying to be a kind of off the wall alternate. However, you do run the risk of overexposure here when you have too many teams and too many games, and the fans are like, been there, done that, all set.
Well, and that's the thing is like, are these some of these kids really talented? Yeah, they are. Like, can they do cool stuff on stilts? Sure. But if I've seen it once, like, do I need to go see it for 50 more games on a homestand? Like, I don't think so. Like,
No.
if I've seen it once, I'm gonna see the practically the same show. Is it gonna change a little bit? Sure. But it's gonna essentially be the same show every single night. It's all scripted, it's all the same show.
Yeah, what Banana Ball doesn't have that MLB has is the players. People come out to see Shohei Ohtani. People come out to see Garrett Crochet. People come out to see Tariq Skubal. Do they come out to see Coach Rack do a backflip in left field? I don't think so. Like, these are not guys that are going to draw a crowd because of who they are. You have to, you don't have that level of personality, that level of talent where people like have to go see that guy play.
They're starting to, because the players are now starting to really grow a social media following. And I think
Absolutely.
that's where they're getting a lot of their younger kids from, is the pull from social media, because they are blowing up on social media.
It's huge. And the younger crowd, Banana Ball does really, really well with the younger crowd, your kids and teenagers, because it's different. It's new. But I these guys don't have staying power because they, I mean, Coach Rack went viral when he did his backflip on, was it the Today Show, and ate it.
Yeah.
He went crazy viral for that. But like, these guys are a draw because they're more social media influencers than they are athletes. People go to watch Shohei Ohtani play. People go to see Coach Rack do a backflip. People go to see Tariq Skubal pitch. They don't go to see Jackson, what's his name, Olsen, do a behind the back catch. Like, fans still come out for the top tier players. You come out to Banana Ball because you want the experience. Once you've had the experience, I don't think those players are a draw to get you to come back.
Yeah, and I think that's what I mean is, like, on a baseball field in MLB, you have the chance to see something different every time you go to the ballpark, right? Like, you get to see, like, every chance. There's a chance when you sit down in a seat, you see a perfect game. You see history. You see 4 home runs in a game. You see a brawl. There's something different you can see at a baseball game every single night. If I go to the show July 25th and then I go to the next show July 26th, I'm going to be watching the same exact game. Like, the baseball part of it going to be different? Sure. But is the antics in between pitches going to be the same? Essentially, yes.
Yeah, you're going to see dances, backflips, behind the back catches, and the usual stuff.
Yeah.
The typical bag of tricks.
The same dances, the same, you know what I mean? Like, there's they can't tell me there's going to be that much variety between games.
No, you're going to see a lot of similar stuff because these guys only have so much time to rehearse a whole new scene between. And that's the thing. Like, they need time between games for fresh dances and choreography and all that stuff. Like, you can't just do that on a whim. You have to have it all prepped and planned.
Right.
And these guys spent a lot of time at, their idea of practice is we took BP for an hour and we did dancing in the outfield for another hour.
Yeah.
Like, this is different.
Yeah. And John, this is a great point. WWE works because it's a progressive story. This isn't. Yeah, there's no storyline that I know of anyway.
Also true, but watch what they've done lately. They're beginning to introduce these players as kind of characters in a sense and creating stories and rivalries. And Jesse Cole is a storyteller at heart. And there will be some level of storytelling that comes out in all this where they're going to create rivalries. They're going to create situations. They're going to create backstories because he realizes this needs that thread to get people to keep coming back. People aren't going to come back for banana ball alone. There's got to be something else that draws them. And you may find them creating some level of story to this, or injecting rivalries, or creating some level of animosity between teams that gets people to come out. Like, they're going to find ways to draw people. I do see a situation where banana ball stays around for a while, and it is its own league. It probably gets capped at like 8 to 12 teams, and they just, they don't draw like they used to, but they draw enough for it to still make sense. But I don't think this becomes like a 30 team league that becomes, like the UFC became. UFC overtook boxing. Most people are like, boxing is
Yeah.
still around. UFC crushed it.
Yeah.
That will
Because
never happen with banana ball.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm with you. And like you said, he's a genius. He really is.
Yeah.
Like, what he's done to build this, he's absolutely, and his stories are remarkable. Like, he's got some great one. He's really, really smart guy.
Yep.
But I just you are messing with America's pastime. Like, this is the oldest sport out there other than what, golf? I mean,
Yeah.
where you're messing with something that a lot of people have an issue with. And like, I don't know what I'm trying to say here, but you can call it that it's not baseball, it's banana ball. You can call it that. Essentially, you're ripping off baseball. Let's call it how it is.
Yeah, it's baseball the show.
And like you said, and you're kind of making a mockery of it because you're saying it's too slow paced for fans. So you're making a mockery of it by doing all of this. Now, good for him. He's selling tickets. He's making the money. He's making it more fan engaged. Like, good for him. Like, I get it. But
we're going to bring in highlight. I love it.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, like, I get it. He's smart for what he's doing, but I just think at some point it does fizzle out. It can't be here for the long haul. I just don't see how it would. It's going to get to a point where he maxes out the storyline.
And I think ultimately that's what ends up happening to banana balls. There's a world in which a banana ball league exists on some smaller scale that makes sense, and it becomes I'll go check out a game a year just because it's something different. And it just kind of exists and rides along, but it doesn't become a big league that becomes a big draw. It just becomes something that you maybe go check out from time to time.
Yeah, and that's fine. If that's what he wants to do with it, like, he's free to do it, and he's being successful. Like Captain said, it's good for them. Like, I'm happy for them. I really am. I'm not trying to sound bitter against banana ball.
No, I think banana ball is crap, but I'm not the audience for it either.
Right.
Like,
exactly.
I'm not supposed to like it, which is why I don't. It's
right.
You look around those stands, and it's a bunch of parents that brought their kids, and most of those kids are 16 and under.
Yeah.
Like, they're the ones that think it's cool because they're the ones that are doing all the TikTok dances and all that other nonsense they're seeing these guys do.
Now,
and I will say the production value is, the production value, what they do is pretty impressive. I'm not sure if you saw the clip going around of the guy that did like the backflip off the wall, like the camera guy ran with him. Like, it was pretty damn impressive what they pulled off. But do I want to sit there for 90 seconds and watch a grown man dance and twerk by the dugout? No, I have no interest in watching that, but I'm not the audience for it.
Yeah. Now, the structure of banana ball, we've talked about for years, because it started to kind of come out when we started our podcast. It's like, I like the fact that, like, you win an inning and the score doesn't carry over. So, like, in the ninth inning, it's always a tight game. Like, I kind of like that aspect of it. I like that fans can catch the ball for an out. Like, I think that's cool. But then when they started adding all the social media stuff in, all the really gimmicky stuff, I was just like, okay, like, I think I'm good here.
Yeah, it's the same thing. It's the same reason that arena football never became a real competitor to the NFL. It's the same reason that live golf, as soon as it broke off and got some traction, the PGA swept back in and tried to pull it back in. It's going to be hard to have a full blown league run alongside and compete with MLB. And that's why I think this never gets to that point. This becomes, 8 to 10 teams, 8 to 12 teams that are spread around, and they play a couple games a week, and they keep it as a balance of novelty and regular thing, and try to find a way where it can peacefully exist. But I think that it's got all kinds of draw right now because it's new and exciting.
Mm-hmm.
And kids think it's awesome because they're doing these dances on TikTok, and it's cool to watch these guys do them too. But mom and dad who control the purse strings, because keep in mind, your target audience doesn't have disposable income. Mom and dad aren't going to shell out $60 a ticket to go multiple times. Right. They're going to say, "Hey, we've been. I don't want to go back."
Yep.
And as a parent, I'll take my kids want to go. Yeah, I'll take you once. I'm not going again.
Right.
But like, I'm going to a Sea Dogs game again next week because we've been to 3 or 4 in the last few weeks, and I will happily go to those over and over again.
Yeah.
But
yeah. This convo is more fun than I expected. Yeah.
And I'd be curious.
It's more fun than I expected they get.
I'd be curious in chat, like, how many of you have actually watched a Banana Ball game, and what do you think about it? Because I watched one of the ones on ESPN while I was in the hospital because I had nothing better to do, and after about 60 minutes, I wanted to rip my eyes out. Like, it was painful to watch. The baseball's not good.
No.
And the antics are irritating. And the swapping people in and out, and then the random celebrity that pops out that comes out and throws 3 pitches. And it was obnoxious.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I mean, I haven't really watched it since all the antics really started. I did watch a couple of them when they first started airing them, and it wasn't quite as entertaining as it is now. I guess it was more of just like the basic bones of what Banana Ball was, like the rules, like making the fans involved. Like, it wasn't the dances on the mound or anything like that. It was just more of like the actual players playing baseball. Like, there was enough baseball there for me to grasp onto. Now there isn't. Now there's not enough.
It feels like it's become less baseball and more show.
Yeah.
And which, if that's the niche they're going to carve out, then great. Then that just guarantees you'll never compete with baseball.
But I will be curious to see if MLB at some point, if they get they're trying to expand to 20 teams. They're trying to get all this. If MLB, now who owns MILB, just say you have zero access to our stadiums, our minor league stadiums, our single A stadiums, all the way down through no access. So, I mean, it will limit. And then after a while, Clemson University is going to be like, yeah, sure. Like, you can come use our stadium, but like half of a 100,000 seat stadium is going to be full. Like, maybe a half. Yeah. What does that look like when that's empty in a couple of years? Because everyone's already seen them.
Yeah. And you're not going to go build stadiums. You're going to have to keep borrowing them from other people, and eventually then you start to downgrade to college stadiums, and then you're in baseball parks, then you're in local regional baseball parks, and you just keep getting smaller and smaller until you kind of get extinguished.
And maybe we're both wrong. Maybe he blows the ceiling off this place and everybody turns to Banana Ball. But
if anybody can do it, Jesse Cole can, because he's going to go right to the source and try to fire up Banana Ball leagues and get kids playing this game. Yeah, I look at the, terrible example, but I look at the rise of pickleball. Like, it's killed recreation. It's killed recreational tennis. Nobody plays recreational tennis anymore. I mean, obviously people do, but so many of them have converted to pickleball, and now pickleball's everywhere. They're open. Those courts are opening up everywhere. There's an indoor place down the street from me now. Yeah,
because you don't have to move to play pickleball.
I mean, you don't. But like what started off as kind of like a novelty, different game is now swept and kind of completely taken over. And that's where, again, like, I don't think Banana Ball has that same appeal as pickleball, because you're selling to a group that doesn't have disposable income. Kids can't buy their own tickets.
Right.
Pickleball's for people our age and older. We got disposable income. We can afford to go buy the racket and pay for the court time and get into it.
Who's the sweet stuff? Yeah. I can't afford that.
I'll spot you a racket and some court time.
Oh, geez, thanks. It's called a paddle, Harrison.
Paddle, whatever. Like, do I look like a pickleballer? No.
Sorta. But anyways. Yeah, no, I agree with all those points. I'm with you. I just, but as Jesse has proven, like he can pivot.
Yes.
So
If
if
anybody can
he,
pull this off.
yeah, if he feels like it's struggling, like he'll pull the reins back and he'll pivot and he'll find a different lane to go down. Like the guy really is a genius. He knows what he's doing.
Yep.
But this as a standalone league, if like you said, if you grow it too fast, you're running into problems where I think MLB eventually just shuts them completely off. Like no access to Fenway Park. You don't
Yep.
get to go to Wrigley. You don't get access to these historical parks. I'm sorry.
Yep. Well, the hard part is that MLB doesn't have control over Fenway Park, so the Red Sox could do it anyways.
Well, okay, well, fair, but
There's
I mean, still,
actually MLB doesn't control any of the parks. To be perfectly honest, they're all
well,
owned by either the teams or the
okay,
counties and
well,
cities. So actually, there's a world in which MLB can't stop it,
can't
which would
stop
be
it.
really funny to to see that happen. But
Could they put that in a CBA future down the road?
they could. Could they make a real stink and make the owners' lives miserable? Sure, like they could find a way to control it. But at the end of the day, it's having its moment. How long that moment lasts, we don't know. But it's getting a level of attention that I don't think people expected it to get.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's not going away anytime soon, as much as many of us don't like it.
Yeah. No, it's fair. Well, all right. Wow.
I actually thought chat was going to get madder about this one.
Yeah. But I mean, I don't know if it's anything to really get like mad about per se. Is just like I just don't know like where's it gonna go. Like I am curious to see what the shelf life of it will be.
Yeah, I think you've got a small segment of people that are pushing Banana Ball as a real alternative, but the bulk of people, and there's a comment up above, yeah, Chad said, if the Bananas lose 3 in a row, nobody cares. The Sox lose 3 in a row, and half of Boston's on a 2-day bender.
Yeah.
I mean, Banana Ball will never reach that level because it doesn't have the history, it doesn't have the personalities, the talent, it doesn't have the same connection. But it's the same, it's just like buying a movie ticket. Every so often I'll go out and see something different.
Yeah. I'm pissed. You just can't see me.
Captain's really mad about it, so that's good. Somebody's mad about it.
Nice. But all right. Do you have anything else for this evening?
That's it.
All right. Well, like I say to end every show, really, really appreciate all of you guys that follow us in the chat, come back night after night and listen to us ramble on about baseball. Really appreciate the support. If you haven't already, check out our Patreon. Become a member. We're going to do some watch parties in there. Hopefully at some point, get all the Jeopardies into there. Get some merch drops and all of that stuff in there at some point as well. So join us there. We will be back on Sunday, regular time. Enjoy your weekends. Watch some baseball. And we will see you on Sunday.